In this video, we're going to talk about self-control, and in the next video, self-management. Now, self-control and self-management, believe it or not, are two sides of one coin. Amazing, but yet nevertheless they are. Let's dive in and find out why these are so important to self-esteem. Hi, I'm Jen Joseph from Envisage Executive Coaching, releasing your confidence. So let's look at this idea of self-esteem. What is it all about? Well, I have said that there are many facets to self-esteem. And in this series of videos, I'm looking at only 8 of them. I've given you an exercise to help you to start clearing out and raising your self-esteem. So I hope you've had your journals and that you've been working through on the various videos, particularly the ones on relationship and self-worth. And again, I'd like you to go back and look at your relationships and what the significance of those relationships are to you. Because at some point, there is going to have to be a flushing out, a clearing out, a sorting out, as it were, to determine who brings life to you and who kills your energy. And again, with self-worth, to look at what is going on in terms of your values. What are the things that you value as being intrinsic to you, that you want people to appreciate about you, and the things that you enjoy in your life. For example, you might like driving the Clipper class, car, which is an executive type car. But others may like driving a sports car that 2 doors, can't take any passengers. Right. Now, I'd like you today, once more, to go into your journals and do some of the exercises that I'm going to suggest at the end of this video. So please watch to the end, and please like this video and press the bell icon so that you can get notifications for the others that I may do. But the reason I'm asking you to like is that it alters the algorithms so that other people can see the videos also. Oh, and please subscribe. I value people's opinion, and it helps me, those opinions help me to make better videos. Okay, so today we're going to look at self-control. What is self-control about? Well, basically, this facet of self-esteem looks at what enables resilience, and that is self-control. Now, self-control is an internal facet. It's an awareness of what is going on, what is arising in the emotions or in the thoughts or even in the body as a response to something that you've seen. For example, when you see something that scares you, that there is a trigger that makes you go, you know, to hold yourself back. That's a protective mode, something that makes you draw in breath. And that's so that your body can immediately become oxygenated, ready to run or fight or even freeze if you're frightened. And also it's about triggering certain parts of the brain to become active. So for example, you don't want the part of your brain that likes to be creative and admire art to be active at a point when you're thinking, oh my God. No, you don't need that. You need the part of your brain that says, run, or come on, fight. So again, self-control is part of that mechanism, and it determines whether there is really a threat there, or is this something that's innocuous, meaning it's innocent in that it's not going to cause us any immediate physical harm. But that doesn't mean that it won't cause us any harm, because some people's conversations are hurtful. But self-control then enables you to manage your response, not your reaction, your response. How am I going to deal with what's coming up? And this determines as well our level of maturity. Now, self-control is important because not only does it determine the level of our maturity, it also determines how we develop our integrity. At our core, is our character stable? Right, so when people see us, they know that this, not the behavior, but this is the true person, our integrity. So because we have this stability in our character, we are, and get this, we are able to use our ego effectively. So in some people you may see a sort of arrogance. In others you may see an overshyness. In some you see a really bombastic, loud, yeah, I'm the heart and soul of the party. But when they're on their own, they're really, really miserable. So self-control, as we mature, we are able then to stabilize our character. One of the biggest benefits to self-control is that because we are becoming more mature, we're not easily triggered into frustration or anger. We're not easily panicked. So something may start to go wrong, but we're able to pull on resources within us or resources around us. For example, you've noticed many times when you've seen accidents on the motorway, some people are really resourceful because they'll come out, they'll manage to get the people out of the vehicle. Some others may cordon off the area until the first responders come, and others, they've got their phone out and they're recording the whole thing. But nevertheless, self-control gives us a degree of self-control that we don't panic in a given situation, and we can become more resourceful and think of something else to do other than just react in a panic mode. Now, self-control is managed best through mindfulness, through watchfulness. Believe it or not, the more self-control we have, the more attractive we are to people in the higher brackets. Well, and the lower ones too, because at the bottom end, people become more dependent on you. And at the top end, people ask you to take on more responsibility for larger groups of people or projects or money or resources. So it shows up through mindfulness and or watchfulness. Now, what does that mean? Now, have you ever tried to initiate a thought, to begin a thought? Just randomly begin a thought. Now, it's really, really difficult. Very few of us actually notice when a thought actually begins. You know, there are times when you catch yourself in the middle of a thought and you think, oh, what was I thinking before that? Very few of us can do that, catch ourselves at the beginning of that thought. But if somebody said to you, right, I want you to think about tying your shoes, now immediately you can start to initiate a thought. And here you would go to your imagination and you would then see yourself doing it a previous time. And doing it again now. You would go to your memories and pull from your memories the best example of how you tied the shoe. You'd put the two together, but because you are mindful, because you are watchful, you're not going to immediately respond. You're going to reflect, collect the best data, and then when you're called to act, you will act. So watchfulness or mindfulness is a tool that we use to develop this self-control. It arms us with information that then layers itself within our belief structure, that then as the more it layers itself, the greater the habit of mindfulness or watchfulness becomes, and the less we need to then depend on that scenario or that type of situation to think a thing through. We then move it over into our memory, habits, and belief system, and that is where self-management comes in. Okay, now what I would like you to do in your diaries is to look at how you react internally when something upsetting or something encouraging happens. How long does it take you to notice what is going on, and what is it you notice first? Is it your thoughts? Is it your feelings? Or is it a response in your body? Now do this exercise as many times as you can recall an event, because this is now going to inform you about your inner character. This is Jen Joseph from Envisage Executive Coaching, releasing your confidence. And should you want to contact me, the details are below, but email me at info@eecoaching.co.uk or pop over to my Facebook page, Release Your Confidence. Bye for now.